Alrighty. Sophie, hi, welcome. We're looking at the blog post because it has Hytale gameplay. I don't normally do this, but hey. But we're live reviewing the blog post because why not? Have you seen it yet? You should check it out if you haven't. We're live reviewing, if I can spell. If you haven't seen it, you need to. Ba, 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 ba. Yes. Never heard of it. Oh, you should check it out. Are you able to click? Are you able to click links? Because if you can, there's a link at the bottom. There's a link in the description that has the actual blog post. Oh, I was at work. Oh, I was at work and I didn't see it. And I thought, oh, I gotta cover this because this is so neat. It has actual. This is the first time that we've seen like Hytale blog stuff or Hytale gameplay instead of just pictures or concept art. Like this is the first time we've actually seen the game. Let me scroll down to it. This thing, I'll just let this play on loop. Hang on. This, like, this is first of what we can tell of like what Hytale's actually going to look like. Aw. Aw. That's okay. Let's see. Yeah, well, why not? Normally I don't do that, but hey, it's worth it. It's worth a look. Partly because I wanted to also use this footage in a video, because I wanted to go out soon instead of waiting a very long time. Because otherwise, if I tried Hypixel streaming today, and I tried to do a video later tonight, I would probably be up for I'll be up for a while. Although I'm pretty sure people are also at school. 4:20, I mean, technically it's a school day. Oh, but my time zone is Eastern time. See, that's the advantage. That's the disadvantage of being Eastern time zone, which I will. You were trying not to be shy, but I can't do it. I'm sorry. I hope that we didn't scare you off. I know it's really hard to kind of come out and put yourself out there in the world and online and everything else. But yeah, I know, XO, that's what I figured. Because I mean, it's a school day, right? But oh man, I just got so excited about this blog post. Are you seeing this? I know you're in class. Shh, I know you're in class, but hey, like, this is really cool. This is like the first time we've actually seen Hytale stuff, which I'm so excited for. Like, hey, it's 9 p.m. for you? Oh, I'm sorry, Sophie. Oh. Well, hey, at least before you go to bed, you get to see this. You get to see some Hytale stuff. Well, thanks for swinging by, XO. I'll try to be quiet. I don't know if you're actually in class, but hey. Oh. What do we got? I like this one. We'll do this one. So I'm gonna be streaming this, and I'm gonna use it to I'm gonna use it to make a video. They've even got particle effects. Look at this. At first I got really excited because I saw that there was a little slider for sound, and I was like, oh, are we gonna get to hear the sound too? And then I unmuted it, and it just doesn't. There's no sound. Like there's it's nothing. Well, it's Friday, so I can stay up late, so I'm happy. Yay! And I'm happy too. Happy Friday, people. I know this was unexpected. I won't be streaming super long. I just wanted to kind of give my thoughts on the blog post, and I will eventually be compiling that down into an actual video. So this will be maybe like an hour, so it won't be too long. Oh. Bum, 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 bum. Let's see. Yes! This is so cool. So this video shows off the little like particle effects, and you can see like the dust settling as the rock breaks and as the dirt gets broken. Oh. And they did say that oh, that's okay. No problem. Thanks for coming by. I appreciate that, even though it's late. Let's see. As for this, you can also see like a building in the background. I have no idea what that building is, but it might be a barn of some type. It kind of reminds me of the Fortnite barn, actually. And I can pause it, I guess. That's a thing. So I wonder if this is going to be like part of the random structures that get implemented. Like obviously they're gonna randomly generate structures. I think this was one of them, and oh, you have to leaving your homework. Okay. Well, thank you for putting aside your stuff to watch me. Thank you. I mean, you should always take care of your homework when you have it. But hey, I appreciate you coming by to hang out. And has nobody? Okay, this one. If you haven't seen this one yet, this one has like a really cool view of like the animation. Like, oh! And what's kind of neat is that there's also a bunch of like strange blocks that I've never seen before. Like obviously we haven't seen much, but just take this frame for example. We've got in the front, you can see obviously like the stair blocks from Minecraft. And it looks like if you look homework is boring and you're not boring. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm glad I'm not boring. Oh, but just like this single frame right here has so much built into it. Oh my gosh. Okay, first of all, there's a candle. There's a candle that's casting like ambient light on the door. And I wonder if you can pick it up and carry it around. Oh, you have coding homework? Ugh. Well, that doesn't sound fun. Oh man. I bet TMLR is doing the same thing. I bet he's doing the same thing. He said he's streaming too. Oh, but just this frame alone, you can see the candle giving off like an ambient light, and we've got stair steps in the front, but then look 2 blocks to the left and to the right, you've got these weird like half slabs that are cut into the stone. So I wonder if you can like turn stairs on their sides. And then even the logs themselves, the logs that are making the roof, they kind of like, if you look on the right side, they kind of jut out on the right side too, almost giving it kind of a deeper feel to it. So I mean, there are a lot of blocks that look similar to how Minecraft did, which is perfectly fine. But then look at the bottom of the door and the blocks surrounding like that bottom layer. They've got these really cool chiseled out designs in them too. Oh. I'm just gonna stuff the homework and do it in the library. That's fair. Oh. Okay, now this. Wait, hang on a second. We can go back and get a look at the inside. Because holy cow. So, what is all this stuff? Oh man. Okay, so there's like a fireplace, and there's some kind of tool here on the table. I'm not sure exactly what this bench is. Almost, it looks like a woodworking bench. Oh, this is a saw. This is a metal saw that goes back and forth. So this is some kind of woodworking table, and the wood block is underneath this little frame, and then you have to move the saw back and forth to cut it. So I wonder if that means that in order to craft like special blocks, you're really gonna have to cut through things and cut them to size and whatnot. That could be really interesting. Your Coca-Cola? Man, Sophie, you're having a hard time. Hoping to get on your stuff. Let's see. The strange thing, I don't understand why this building has no windows. It seems kind of weird. Let's see. We also got... We've got a really cool fireplace going up. And we've got the chairs. Of course, the highlight of this is the animation. The fact that you have an animation guiding the doors and whatnot. Can I replay it, please? Oh man, that's so cool. So what they're saying about the door animating though is that the door kind of exists in two states. One state where it's closed and one state that it's open, and you basically the way the game tells it to go is just switching from closed to open, and then in between is where that animation lies. So they've got a way to be able to code in the animation for that block. Oh, this is so neat. Okay, so we only have 3 videos. But within the 3 videos themselves, there's so much detail here. You know what's also interesting that I didn't notice before was that you see how this tree and the ones in front are very in focus, but then the ones in the background are blurred out? That has to be the cinematic camera tools. The fact that you can change depth of field and you're able to pull the foreground into focus and you're able to put the background in a light blur. Oh, that's like top-notch cinematic tools right there. Oh, that is so cool. I hit everything but my homework. I hate Coca-Cola. That's rough. You hit everything but your homework at least. So then you're not having to go and Adambi, hey man, welcome. And I see you're in the Discord too. Have you seen this blog post? Welcome. I'll put that in chat. Welcome. With a E. If you haven't actually watched it yet, it is so neat. It's got all these really cool bits and bobs, but I think my favorite part has to be the fact that we actually get to see the gameplay for the first time. This is literally what the in-game, what it looks like. And you joined the Discord. Thanks. Glad to have you. Glad you're there with a terrible misspelling of there. Oh, but this was probably my favorite part of reading it. And the cool thing is, whenever they do this, there is so much built into what we can pull out of it. Meaning, when you see a video, it's not just the video, it's like all these little details in the background. Like, for example, let's just take one freeze frame, and we can find out so much more. If we pause it right here, like you can see like these dark vines creeping down, and we can kind of speculate on the different foliages that are here. I think these bits in the background, you can kind of see what looks like fruit. So there's going to be like some type of fruit trees. And I think this forest in the background is a lot darker. So it could be that there's like monuments back there, or it's just transitioning into a different type of forest. But obviously in the foreground, you can see all the different animations and stuff. They've got the grass moving and everything. Oh, worst day ever, Sophie, but it's a Friday at least. Hope it gets better. Gameplay looks awesome. Right, I mean, and it's not, let's be honest, it's not like super intense like trailer gameplay, but from a first-person perspective of what you as the Hytale experience, what you're going to experience as a Hytale player, like this is exactly what it's going to be like. They've also they've also got it from the first person perspective, which I think is really important too. So this is them like breaking blocks, but you can see what it might be like to actually be in first person. So unlike Minecraft, maybe, where your arm is like, you know how in Minecraft your arm is always just like sticking out like right there? It's always just like hovering around. If this is what the actual UI is going to be like, then you may not have that arm just like sticking there in the foreground, which may or may not be good. Maybe you can turn it on or off, but they said that this was supposed to be like creative mode per se. So it's not an exact representation of what it's going to be like as far as like survival. Like obviously you won't be able to just break blocks with one punch, but this is a pretty good indication of what the UI might be like. I'm gonna switch music real quick. Whoa, even though it's way too loud. Oh, but yeah, if I could dig into this a lot more, I definitely would. That's not what I wanted. This is what I wanted. Yay. There we go. Oh. See, now I switched to the Hytale music, which if you haven't played the Hytale music yet, you need to listen to it. It's really good. Although I personally like listening to it a little bit faster. If you listen to it on YouTube, you can turn it up to like 1.5x or like 2x speed. I highly recommend playing it at like 1.5 times. It just needs to be a little bit faster. And then instead of this kind of like nice cinematic music, it sounds like an innkeeper, a tavern, your horror. It sounds a lot better. Oh wait, bullies are singing Death Shark. Just found my uncle had the song Baby Shark. What? Aw, that's rude of them. Ah, but Adambi Bass, how am I anyways? I'm pretty good. I got off of work a little bit early today, and then the weekend is gonna start with like my streaming and stuff. So later today, we're actually gonna do Hypixel. But I wanted to do this real quick because I'm gonna use this footage to make a video eventually. But otherwise, I'm doing pretty good. And I've been a little bit behind on my videos and stuff. I'm actually a moderator on a couple of other channels, and I've been helping moderate other people's streams. And so That Bald Gamer is one of them, and he was doing Splatoon and Smash. Oh wait, but yeah. So otherwise, this week's been pretty good. But now that we have a blog post, makes it even better. Makes it so much better. So, have you guys gone through the blog post yourselves yet? If not, I will go through it. I'll go through it from top to bottom. Honestly, at first though, I was kind of like, when I first saw the front page. Honestly, when I first saw the front page, I was kind of like, oh great, like another blog post on like some mundane topic. But then I wish I could have shown my reaction, because as soon as I got halfway through and I saw the first gameplay video, I was like, holy cow, this is what we've been waiting for so long. You moderate for a channel too? Exactly. It is kind of time consuming. Man, but these videos are so key. These are the most important part. But if we want to run through it from top to bottom, we can. So, general basis of it is talking about how the blocks interact with each other and how they're going to be used and how that might differ from Minecraft. And so the first one they did, this is just them like taking the RGB system and just cranking it up to the max. But so this was just an extreme example. But a more subtle example, they were trying to show like this is how it will transition from like maybe one biome to another biome. And their example here was how they kind of turn up the blue tint a little bit to make it seem like either you're going deeper into the forest or you're transitioning to a new biome or maybe a new region or something like that. And so they wanted to show off how that transition can happen. And it looks like that transition can happen not just with the grass, but also like with the leaves and with the little foliage bits here too. what I'm curious about is if they transition, how does the atmosphere change? Because I know I'm pretty sure that is a pretty prevalent thing in Minecraft. How when you go from like desert to forest, you can definitely tell that the air gets lighter. It's a lot brighter, and it's not as foggy when you're in the desert. But then when transition, like you go to a swamp, all of a sudden the sky gets a little bit darker. You can see kind of this haze. So I'm curious if they do maybe like an atmospheric transition as well. But I know that there was a blog post on kind of like the fog system. That was one of the first systems they did, which actually maybe that's yeah, it was this one, I think. This Happy Holidays one. Maybe I'm fooling myself. Maybe this. I mean, technically, could you call this like the first viewing of gameplay? Like technically, it's a live gameplay. Like, come on, right? I don't know. I need to mute this. So I mean, this was one that they did a while back. This was probably like back during the holidays. But I mean, it still gives you the same kind of feel, which is correct. The fact that they're going to have like a weather system, a fog system, and I imagine that it's probably going to like transition as well. Okay, so that's definitely a thing, and that was released a long time ago. These structures are so cool though. I think this is Zone 4, and there's a little monster down there, all these little guys. Ugh. Oh, wait. Oh, there we go. I'm back. Yes, so that's the transition between, which one of the themes that's totally present throughout this blog post is they are constantly highlighting how these are great tools for content creators to use, or map makers, or mod people who like to mod, that kind of thing. I think almost every paragraph is like, yes, and people who are creating new worlds can use these tools, and people who want to create new gameplay experiences can use these tools. So stuck into like every little paragraph are these hints of them being like, hey, we want creators to be able to use these tools. It's not just, this blog post was important not just for the gameplay side of it, but it was important because they want to highlight that you as a game developer or you as a mod person can create like really cool things. They're always pushing that, which is kind of a different thing. Okay, see you, man. No problem. Thanks for swinging by. I imagine that was quick. Alrighty. And of course they highlighted, let's see, what else did they do? Then they also wanted to talk about how there's also like transitions between textures, which I think is pretty neat. And this is pretty important because this could either make the game feel too much like Minecraft or like not at all. Z, you're exactly right. See, you thought this week's gameplay was a little bit boring? I don't think it's too bad. I thought it was pretty good. Like, yes, gameplay, right? And I think that's the most important part, because up until now, like we haven't seen what it would actually be like to be in Hytale. We saw a little bit from the very first trailer where you saw the character like fighting that mob with the sword swings and stuff. So that was really cool. And this one also gave us a little bit of first-person perspective too. Like with this clip, you can actually see how the hand might move to destroy blocks or whatever. Although they said that this was creative mode, you're not genuinely going to be able to hit blocks with one punch. But although they were just trying to show off the particle effects, this is actually a really cool thing to see with them showing the first-person perspective. R of the Q, hey there, buddy. I know you were just at the store, but thanks for stopping by. The punching animation is not yet finished. Clearly not. See, and my speculation earlier was like, well, what happened to you know how Minecraft you always have your arm kind of just like sitting there in the foreground? Obviously it's not here in Hytale, so I'm curious if they're gonna have something like that, or if maybe your sword is gonna come up. Victoria, hey, welcome. I'm not doing Astroneers this time, but we're covering the blog post. If you haven't seen it, that's what we're doing. I'm glad you stopped in from the last one. Although you've been here a number of times. Good to see you. And Aura, have you read through the whole thing? Because man, there's so much good stuff in here. Of course, my favorite part is the video clips. Like you can literally pause the video, and there's just so much built into each little frame. Like look at the stars. Have we not talked about this yet? Like look at the astronomical beauty that's up there. The starry sky. I mean, oh, so cool. Z? Who, me? Aura, Z. I was talking to Victoria at one point. Oh, everybody welcome. I think that's the point. Man, and all these, they have really cool, like, kind of chiseled blocks. Mine is the particles and the RGB. Ooh, so the punching one, and RGB, are you referring to this thing at the top? This, like, Simon Says, or like, let's play Uno in the grass game? Draw 4. Exactly. Well, I gotta say, one of the other things, I see you don't like me. What? I did not say that, Z. You said that. I did not. I like all you guys. You guys are all the best. Because you're part of my great team. That's why. But let's see. So I think with this one, at least, with my favorite part was also how honestly they tucked in little snippets of focusing on the creators. How they almost every paragraph was talking about how like creators can use these tools for creating new worlds or creating new gameplay. I think it's also kind of neat that they interviewed some of the developers too. Like who's the first guy? Nicholas Gaither Bailo. He must be one of the lead guys with this kind of system, and getting his thoughts on it I think was really cool too. And this one's talking about the model maker, but I don't know if I think it's talking about how you can just take these assets and implement them in either created in the model maker or then transition them to the actual game. But the fact that you can also do like animations and stuff in it too. The world, if we're still directly comparing with Minecraft, which I think we kind of are. What is going on? Something is up. Oh, okay. Something was very wrong with my music. Okay, here we go. Unless you wanted to listen to that song at 2x speed, I can tell you it's very good. I like that song at 2x speed. But just based on like this clip alone, if we're comparing it directly to Minecraft, this world is going to feel so much more alive. Like when you're walking down a cave, you've got like the shrubs kind of like twitching around. You've got the gleam of the minerals shining in the wall. I don't think that's really something that we picked up too much on in the trailer. Obviously there was what was there in the trailer? There was the guy riding down the minecart, and he was in the cave. But I don't think there was ever a moment that we were literally like kind of just sitting and looking at the environment kind of ambiently. But this is definitely on point. Does this have a video? No, this is just a clip. And this is interesting. They solved a problem that Minecraft had for a very, very long time, which was submersible things. I think in the original Minecraft, you could never... you always had problems with water, like, flowing in and out. I think, Aura, you were telling me that even, like, this next patch with coming up in 1.114, it's just now getting, like, proper water physics. But it's nice to see that this is already kind of fixed. Oh, for more of the environment? You have another video coming out? Oh, sweet. which you're going to go finish recording now that we have a new blog post, right? Oh, the script has been switched, I'm sure. Now featuring extra cool stuff. You're going to go finish that? I'm assuming you're going. Well, thanks for stopping in, man. And we're going to finish talking about this, which I'm going to compile this later. But one kind of neat thing that I didn't notice before, Sora, hey, welcome. We're talking about the blog post for Hytale, which we've finally got some gameplay, which is the coolest part. But one thing I didn't notice with this water is, you see how it's at different heights all along the shoreline? So it's high right here, and then it gets lower as it heads toward the chest, and that wave sequence kind of progresses down the shoreline. That means that the water's gonna have actual genuine wave motion to it. Kind of continuing with my point of the world is just gonna feel so much more alive with all the animations and all the effects and stuff. Aha, the script is good, but now you have extra content to slip in there. Perfect. Glad it didn't mess up your plan too much. Ugh. Let's see. This is just a freeze frame. Oh. I don't think there's anything more to pick out from this. Or I'm not sure if you were here earlier when I talked about this, but did you notice how the foreground here is really in focus and the background is completely blurred out? Meaning that like this is a part of the cinematic camera tools where you'll actually be able to use it like a cinematic camera and kind of have that in focus depth of field effect. It's so neat. I can't wait for those cinematic tools. Oh, Sora, how would you translate excited? Oh, you have to go, Victoria? Just came from the bus. Aw. 1,000 million. For now, see you, Victoria. Don't worry, I'll make a video about this later. But thanks for coming in. Okie dokie. And this, so I don't know how many people are interested in actually building stuff within the Hytale model maker, but I mean this was a pretty cool example of what it might be like to take your image and then kind of export it into the model maker. So this is just a 2D image that they've kind of flipped and turned into a 3D model, which they said basically the only thing they had to do in order to do that was just take one copy of it and rotate and paste it kind of multiple times to get kind of this this layered sprite effect. If you know what a sprite is kind of this it's a video game modeling term where something basically follows you wherever you go, but this reminds me of a sprite. It's not exactly what they're doing, but it's kind of similar to that. And I think you can actually see the animation of it in here. Are the trees animated? Are they, as I pause the video, that doesn't make sense. Yeah, I think they are. So obviously we have the grass. Maybe? No, they don't look, the trees don't look as animated as the grass. The grass you can definitely tell is like waving back and forth. But no, I don't, the trees don't look as intense as far as animation goes. But the bushes are definitely moving. Oh, I wonder if you could, I wonder if they made armor that you could kind of like hide in. Oh my gosh. Vostorga? Vostorga? Vostorga! Vostorga! I am excited! I am Vostorga! Oh, this is so cool. If you haven't actually read the blog post, you should scroll through it real quick. I'm kind of doing like deep bits of it just kind of on my own. But if you haven't actually taken a second to look through the whole thing, I mean, there's a lot to take in just with each little bit. Of course, if I had a script. Anything else? What about water? I use the term water all the time. That's probably a simple one. But I'm always drinking water on stream, so why not? Let's do that one. You can see how that sways in the wind. and how it reacts as you move through it. Oh, okay. So they're showing... This is really lagging, but what they're showing is not just that the grass is animated, but that it's also, like, as you move through it, it's also being affected. Which makes me wonder if that... I don't think that would stay. For example, I'm thinking if you had to, like, track somebody, if you had to track somebody down or, like, hunt for them, if you'd be able to literally see, like, the tracks in the grass. I don't think so. I think that's super high level intensity. But hey, I'm sure that there's a mod. Vody? Vody? Really? That seems simple. I mean, water is simple, right? Vody. Vody. Yes. Water. Very good. Thanks. I will use that. I'll use that on my stream when I'm drinking water. Ah, speaking of which, Vody. Water. Aha. Stay hydrated, kids. I haven't eaten yet, so I literally just jumped from work and I was like, oh, gotta make it. Go, go, go. Okay. But I'll be definitely... Okay, what else we got that's cool? Oh, okay. The other kind of cool thing is that even though this video was showing the Crazy Big Sam. Oink! Hello! Have you seen this blog post yet? You gotta check it out. Mota de Studios, Fortnite. Hey, what's up, man? Dude, are you interested in Hytale? Like, because this blog post is chock full of really cool stuff that we haven't seen before. I don't think I've seen you on the channel either. So welcome, my man. Clearly you're a Fortnite player. Oh, man. So, if you're not aware of what Hytale is, or anything of the sort, the description has a link to this blog post, and you can go to that site, and you can go to this blog post, which I am most excited for because since the trailer that they released back in November, this is the first time that we've actually been able to see in-game stuff. Like this is a first-person perspective of what we can probably expect. So that's what I'm really excited about. Like, it doesn't. What's kind of neat is that it doesn't have the. Oh, dingle ding! Who's this? SS Cookie Cat. Sounds like a ship. SS Cookie Cat, welcome to the squad. Thanks for subscribing. What do we got? Crazy Pig. It looks awesome. Can't wait. Exactly. Been playing Minecraft since the days. Yes, exactly, isn't it? I'm so excited about Hytale, partly because Minecraft is like the game that I grew up on with my siblings and with my friends, and I have such fond memories of Minecraft that another game that's similar to it is so exciting for me. Let me fix my music real quick. And what else do we got? See, so what's kind of strange about this though is that it doesn't have the first person like fist in the foreground. You know how Minecraft has that? This is just kind of your arm swinging and then it disappears. But from what I can tell, I'm pretty sure you can play this game in either first person or third person pretty successfully. And these particle effects are really cool. But I think what this also shows off is something that they mentioned earlier in the blog post, which is the block transitions. They were talking about how they have like extra textures just for to go between the blocks. So you can kind of see it here where you've got this kind of like, you've got a sand block, but then overlapping them is you've got the grass block on one side, and then you've got kind of this like weird textured block too. And by the way, I know that this is severely lagging. I think it's because I'm just playing so many things at once. But Shadow Wolf. Oh my gosh, it's Hytale. Yes, exactly. You're switching to third person 100%. See, that's why. No offense against Fortnite. I was never good at Fortnite because of the third person. I've traditionally been a first-person shooter person, and I couldn't get into the third person. But hey, Hytale has both for you. And Shadow Wolf, welcome, buddy. We've got actual gameplay. Granted, it's just walking into a building, but hey, I think it's so cool. Sora, nothing else for now, my man. I'll have to come up with other stuff that I need translated. But I learned Vodi, which is water, and what was the excited one? Vostorga! Yes, exactly. Vostorga's a good one. And okay, so here's the deal with this one though. There's so much built into this one clip. Oh, Mortada Alzadi. What an epic name. Another subscriber. Thank you. Congratulations on 200. Okay. Oh, Mortada. Okay, that must be you. Perfect. So congrats on 200, right? I've technically hit 200, I think, at least 5 times within the last 2 weeks, because YouTube just keeps on doing this. It goes up to 200 and then down to 197 or 195. So I don't know if it's YouTube's algorithm just screwing with me, or it's people unsubscribing because my old content had nothing to do with Minecraft or Hytale. It could easily be either of those two things, but either way, thanks, man. Oh, but I gotta show you this clip. So I think this is probably my favorite because there's so much stuff baked into this one shot. And welcome, Ender Knight. Glad you're here, buddy. We're going over the blog post, which is turning out to be a real treat. No joke. Even with the first bit, you can see all the ambient lighting. So check out this first clip. We've got this lamp up here that's kind of casting down this kind of bright street lamp feel down on the ground. And then you've got the candle, which has a lot less. And finally, whatever this is clearly something that's glowing up the tree, but who knows what the heck it is. Oh, Sora is streaming PUBG tomorrow. Tomorrow morning? Yeah, definitely. I will be there to watch, because my stream doesn't start until later on Saturday, so I'll definitely tune in. Morta says, I can still live 2 blocks underground with dirt on top. Oh yes, you can. I'm sure that's a thing. You can definitely probably do that. Now, as I'm looking at this, I kind of just had a realization. Holy cow. So, at first I was very confused on why this building had no windows. Look at how it doesn't have any windows. And it's very heavily wood-based, right? Check out the beginning of this clip. This is clearly some type of it's a wood workshop of some sorts. Because you've got this log out here, and the log has this kind of tree branch popped out of it, and then the logs that make up the roof on the top, they also have the stump part of bit on the end from after post-processing and stuff. You posted that vid an hour after it came out, and you only have 4 views. Aw, that's okay. It'll get there, Ender Knight. Oh wait, but so as you head into the workshop, though, okay, first of all, really nice oak doors, yes. But then look at the blocks on the left and the right, where you've got these really cool, ornate designs and features on the side. And once you step inside, look at this table. I'm pretty sure this is some kind of it's kind of like a workbench, right? You've got a saw blade to cut logs. You've got a clamp to hold down the wood pieces. And then obviously the entire room is just filled with really ornate furniture pieces. And Ender Knight is asking, would you play with me when Hytale comes out? Yes, absolutely. I'm working with some people to get a server set up. So hopefully we can get a server that works and that can feature a bunch of people. I might have some connections with some server folks, so I'll let you guys know. But I might have some stuff available. Absolutely. But yeah, so and there's wooden furniture. So this is some kind of wood workshop. But the thing that that kind of concerns me, honestly, is that this bench is kind of like, is this saying that like you're gonna have to handcraft furniture like down to the T, like cut wood to shape and all that stuff? I imagine it would be a little bit easier than like actually having to cut things apart. But I mean, we all know that Minecraft was literally like, okay, I want a door, 6 pieces of wood, and then there's your door. But maybe this will be a little bit more intense. I don't know. Okay, then we've got this frame. We've got a bookshelf, and obviously they wanted to show off. I'm just looking in the background. I don't know what this stuff is. I'm not sure what's in the background, but obviously the whole point of this little post was they wanted to show off the animation for the door. I can actually live in a house in this game, not sleep, just wake up and leave the house. Exactly. Who needs a bed? Clearly this place doesn't have a bed. Who needs it? But they wanted to show how the door animation, it functions for like with using a dual animation system where you've got a closed state and an open state, and it switches between those, and you can map out an animation in between, which I think is pretty neat. And Underdone is wondering if creative mode will be like Minecraft creative with everything in your inventory. You know, I imagine it would. And the other cool part about the Hytale creative is that you should have like really, really decent spot on MC edit or like world editing tools as well. I feel like that's pretty important. Aw. I've also been missing my Twitch chat, which it's Natsuku2W, some very long name that I'm not aware of. Sorry, buddy. I see you. Welcome, even though you're the only one. Alone and strong, indeed. I'm being pulled in 2 different directions. Okay, we've got. Okay, so I think I've covered pretty much everything. And Sophie's still here. She just wants to let me know. Yes, thank you, Sophie. You're still sticking around, because who cares about coding homework, right? When you've got the whole weekend ahead of you. Exactly. Okay. So I think that, although honestly, that kind of wraps it up ish. There's not much, like, I'm curious if you guys have any thoughts. Otherwise, what else is there? Oh, there was this block transition. So I wasn't exactly sure how I felt about this, where you can have transitions between blocks, which kind of, I'm not going to say that it ruins the aesthetic of like pure block Minecraft, but at the same time, I think it also might provide kind of a nice touch. And yeah, Andrew, you are exactly right. If they did do that, there would be like thousands of items and stuff. I imagine they would either subjugate it down into categories, or you'd be able to filter it, or they'd be able to like break it down into more basic tools. Exactly, Sophie. Just do it on Saturday. So I'm not sure how much of a fan I am with this bit, where it technically blends in between, but I think that'll give it a nice touch. And like I said, these animations are really cool too. Is that the Microsoft logo? I guess it is. My guess was yeah, Windows, right? My guess was it looked kind of like Uno, if you played Uno before, or Simon Says, or the Simon Says game where you have to like press colors in a certain order. That's the other bit that it reminds me of. Oh. Secrets await. You can do transitions, and they allow kind of the blend to go in between the blocks, which it's okay. And what the heck is this structure in the back? Like, this is, who knows what fortress or like what dungeon lies within this thing, but this looks really cool. Oh, and another neat thing, one thing I didn't notice before was how also these grass blocks are blended in with each other. Whereas you needed a very special mod in Minecraft to be able to do this, but now it's natively in the game, as opposed to these dirt blocks over here, which don't have any grass coming down the sides. Dang, that's really cool. What else? What other details can we extrapolate here? I don't. Oh, way off in the distance, I see some sort of like. This looks like a family of rabbits or something like that. And you notice how all of a sudden it turned from grass to dirt way back there? Who knows if that's like a special biome or something like that for those things to spawn? Maybe it's rabbits. I'm not sure. But I also really enjoyed the explanation for this transition, where it goes from like maybe a light outer forest to like the deep darker forest as you transition, all with just a simple bit of RGB shading, which is a really cool feature to have. Oh, it's a Minecraft logo. I can see. Yeah, the windows, right? Got new trainers. Wheezies? Oh, geez. Wheezies doesn't sound very effective as far as trainers go. I don't know. I have no opinion on that though. What else we got? Yeah, I mentioned the water flowing. You notice how like it goes from top to bottom and top to bottom, so there's actually going to be a wave effect to the water. I feel like that's so cool. And nothing to translate right now, Sora. I think I've got it all. I think I've got all translated out for the moment. Of course. Let's see. And this one's okay. Oh, and I guess we can see more of those grass blocks coming off the side. Same price as, is that Gucci? That must be Gucci. Or QC? QC? The heck? Not familiar. That is a totally different world. Okay. But this must be a clip from the Hytale Model Maker too. And the fact that you can easily take 2D images and put them into the Model Maker and create 3D images by interlacing them at different angles, I think it'll make 3D model creation a lot easier for people who want to do that. And this world is going to look so much more alive with all of these different animations and stuff. This is so neat. Yeah, they fixed that. They fixed this problem really early on. What time is it? 5 o'clock? Okay. I'm gonna be starting Hypixel at 7. So I think I'm gonna finish this up for now. Yeah, I think I'll finish this up for now. And I might either use this footage or just I'll probably create a script and break it down more in depth. Because this was like a first reaction to things, but there's so much stuff built into this stuff. Yeah, Yeezys, not Wheezies. That's what I thought. It's like, what kind of thing is that? This seems weird. Slikey. Okay. I'm gonna go clean up. I'm gonna go get some food, and then we'll be ready to start Hypixel, and hopefully Werewolf is on. Paging Werewolf, where are you, buddy? Paging Werewolf. Okie dokie. New trainers? Jeez. Those just look expensive. Man. Alrighty. Yep. I think that's all I got for now. Unless you guys have any thoughts or ideas you want to discuss, I think I'm going to let that be. And we will, I'll see you guys in the Hypixel stream. How about that? Made a thumbnail. We're all good. Okay. Sweet. If you guys have nothing else, I'll be all finished with this. This was fun. I kind of enjoyed this. Doing like a live reaction, having people like come on and stuff. $175? Oh my gosh. Heart attack. I wouldn't be able to do that for shoes. Oh, yeah. Well, either way, I'm going to finish this up. I'm going to grab some food, and I will see you guys in Hypixel. See you soon! Bye! Literally coming back in a couple hours. It'll be fine.